You've just left your boss's office and you've gotten your first 6 month review. And the thing that's left lingering is you need to take more risks in your work. And you have no idea what that means. Hi, I'm Janet Harvey, CEO of inviteCHANGE. And in this video, I'm going to explore what that might mean and what you can do about it so you find some ease and success in taking risks at work. What might your boss mean about that? Remember, he hired you. There's something unique about your experience and your wisdom and your technical acumen and your knowledge. There's some qualities about your character that everybody loved. You went through panel after panel of interviews and you got the job. So what that means, there's an implied request here, is bring all of that majesty to your job. But you're new in the job and you're trying to figure out how to fit in and belong and what are the rules of the road? What are the norms of the culture here? So I don't break any of them since they're often very invisible and not spoken about. It's really important to be asking questions as quickly as you can and as often as you can to find out exactly what those are, so that you know that when you show up in your authentic self, it absolutely will be received and succeed in contributing your strengths. What if you find out it doesn't fit? Well, let's go back to what the boss asked for. You need to take more risk. Does it occur to you that you got hired because you're not exactly the same as everybody else on the team? And that your success is about being able to shake it up a little bit? Risk being bold. Boldness is required in life, especially in work. If what you're after, and I think almost everybody is to make your mark, to have a way in which you get to be fully expressed, fully potent in the way that you're contributing to the organization. That doesn't mean following somebody else's directions. That means giving yourself the opportunity to originate, to imagine something new, and to translate it into something practical. That's the creative process. And demonstrate the humility to be a learner and bring something all the way to fruition, produce a result. Now, no man or woman operates alone. Organizations are systems. We do things together in teams, in collaborations. And so one of the things that's important about risk is disclosing yourself. Be willing to be transparent. What's important to you? What are your values? What do you care about? How do you operate best? What does it mean to you to have a good teammate? What can you be counted on? How are you reliable when you're working in a team with other people? Risk exposing yourself. And the last piece here, risk to push back. We often invest a lot of credibility and somehow capability beyond what's reasonable to the boss, as if they have all the answers. That's not what it means to be the boss or to be a leader. Leading is about casting a compelling vision and getting people excited to get behind it, and then bringing them together and deploying them in a way that produces a useful result. Leaders don't have all the answers. What they have is the ability to create great relationships. That's your job too, to create a relationship with your boss so that they can learn from you how you see the world. You're much closer to the day-to-day action than the boss is. Be eyes and ears and heart, and risk challenging assumptions and hypotheses. You might just have the bright idea that nobody thought about because they're caught in the way it's always been done. So experiment with taking some risks in any of the three ways I've just described, and be intentional about it so that what happens? Make a declaration for yourself about what you want to have happen when you take a risk. It no longer is a criticism that you're not taking enough risk. Instead, it's a celebration of how extraordinary your risk-taking has been to uplifting everybody on the team. In case you're wondering, This is a pretty common dilemma of leading. Remember, leading of self as well as leading others. We see resistance and we see risk taking, and we find that people are usually in one place or the other rather than realizing it's very situational. We have another video for you that talks about this tension of presence, resistance to risk taking, to help you calibrate where do you want to stand in any given situation and learn to be able to do that spontaneously and with ease.